What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're analyzing here September, usually being a bearish month. For the moment, we are up almost 2% from the open of September. We can also see October being extremely bullish. We have the halving in about 200 days from now. We have some spot Bitcoin ETF possible approvals in October. We are going to analyze the situation here on the higher time frames. We're zooming in on the lower time frames. I'm going to explain here, is this a bump and run scenario? Are we going to see October being bullish? I'm going to explain what level of resistance we need to break, because if we do break this certain resistance levels, I'm going to explain how high we can go and what is the zone here for a massive reversal. We're taking a look at the lower time frames to take a look at those major opportunities as well. So make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's dive in. As you can see, September has actually been quite bullish for the moment. It is up 2% from the open of September. It's usually been a bearish month here. So what can we expect in October? If September has been slightly bullish, of course, we do have still a few days for September to close. What happens if September is actually going to be bullish, like 3-4%? Does this mean that October is going to be bearish? Well, I think that October can be extremely bullish. However, I think it will follow by a very bearish November and December. Let's talk about that scenario, of course. We do have the halving in the next 200 days, guys. This is going to be in April of 2024. Be excited because of the possible bearish price action that we could have in the next coming months, okay, by Q1 of 2024 as well, because that might bring us some great buying opportunities before the halving, before the possible ETF approvals, guys, because then once the price is up and up and up on Bitcoin, we do not want to FOMO in, right? So we want to buy at the cheap levels. I know some people are going to say, I am waiting for 10K. I am waiting for 8K, guys. I think the best strategy for me, the one that I am using, is dollar cost averaging, of course, for the future. We have the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. We've got several in October. Let's see if if any of them are going to be approved. All of them might be approved. It's going to be pretty crazy. I mean, we got another deadline here in January and also in March. You know, I personally think that, you know, one of these months is going to be approved, and all of this is just before the halving. So take note, guys, be ready. You know, I think it's going to be very, very interesting 2024. See what happens. Now, looking at the higher time frames, we can analyze the situation. We talked about this a few weeks ago, where the 4-year cycle has been respected very nicely. Of course, this has to do with the money flow as well. We talked about that also a few weeks ago, where we do see the money supply here going up very nicely during the last decade. And we do have these waves of massive money supply back in 2017, 2018. 2018, we can see that massive money supply going down. As you can see, obviously, this is when we entered the bear market, and in 2020, when we saw the C19 crash, we had, you know, massive money printing. You can see the money supply here, global M2 absolutely skyrocketing, and here in 2021 entering into that massive bull market. Money supply shrinking, bear market in 2022, sideways action. We can see that these periods do not last very long, maybe a couple of years, 2 to 3. We are currently in the second year already. 2022, very bearish. 2023, still being bearish. You know, the money printer will have to go on at some point, being it 2024 or 2025, guys. So we can expect, okay, that rally in stocks and in crypto as well. So diving in here, what we can see here also with the 4-year cycle, 4 years from top to top. We had a 1-year massive bear market here as well, as you can see here. 1 year. This has also been about 1 year. 1 year right there to the bottom, November to November. And now having this nice rally here during the summer as well. Very similar to 2019. And now we are in that period where, okay, you know, the next coming months can be aggressive. This is what's happened here back in 2019 and 2020, where we can see, okay, entering into 2024, we can see the market tumble a little bit, guys. Whether we do create another new low or not, which I think is unlikely, this is the best period, okay, to stock up some Bitcoin in the next 6 to 12 months before we enter that huge, massive rally, guys. I was there here in the past. Is this time different? I don't care. I don't mind. If we go to 10K, bring it on, guys. I will be buying some Bitcoin at those levels as well. Let's dive in here right away before we go through the technical analysis on the lower time frames to analyze the situation. Are we going to be forming a bump and run scenario? Before we go through this, guys, I want to let you know that yes, Bybit in the UK, they are leaving from the 8th of October. People from the UK can no longer trade on Bybit, which is a right bummer. If you want to trade on another exchange, you got Bitflex, guys. Bitflex is a great option. They do have spot trading and also leverage trading. You have a great bonus down below, $10 worth of bonus. If you deposit $100, guys, take advantage of this bonus. If you're not in the UK, you want to continue with Bybit or you haven't signed up with Bybit, for me, it's the number one, $30,000 worth of bonus, guys, on Bybit. They have a huge amount of cryptocurrencies to trade there. Let's dive in here right away with the analysis. Could this be a bump and run scenario? I will be leaving the chart here of the bump and run just so you can understand what happens. You actually create a consolidation with lower highs till you have the bump phase and you consolidate again, and then you have the run phase once you break out from the lower high resistance trend line. Now this lower high resistance trend line, it is just a few $100 above us. If we can see it right over here, you can see the price action now currently trading at $26,500 range. It is at 26,900. However, we are aware of fake outs. We are aware of that this might not break out successfully. The level for the successful breakout is the $27,400. If we break out solidly from this level, guys, I am personally going to be quite bullish. And I'm going to explain right away, okay? We'll be breaking lower high. We'll be breaking here, this lower high right there. And it's going to be difficult because we could actually have a swing failure pattern. We could actually break out from this lower high and create a failed breakout, meaning that I will be looking for shorting scenarios with the Legends community if we do not manage to break above this level. However, if we do solidly break out from this high at $27,400, if we is very successful, I see more upside, guys. This is going to be a confirmation of the bump and run. I do see this potentially being 3 waves to the upside, going all the way up to $30,100 to claim these lower highs. This could be forming a massive head and shoulder structure. I will not be bullish at this zone. I will be very careful and trying to get into an epic short position with great risk management. The reason why I do see this a possibility is because, yes, I mean, October has usually been a very bullish month for Bitcoin. We have the ETF scenario, and what we also have is the scenario of, hey, we have been going down here during August, okay, part of July, August and September consolidation. So we have dropped already. We could see an ABC kind of structure. And the reason why this could be an ABC is because of the 5 waves that we've created here in between January till July. Okay, so very much a possibility. Maybe a lot of people have been expecting this low to be claimed on the spot exchanges. However, this might not be claimed just yet. We might get a huge, massive rally and then we're going to come down. I personally think that this is going to be a great shorting opportunity level. We're not going to rush into shorts. We're going to analyze very carefully with the Legends community to see what kind of exhaustion is created at that level, guys. We are very good in spotting the top or the bottom from major uptrends or downtrends to get into that long or into that short position. So we'll be very careful with that scenario. Of course, this is higher time frame. This could happen in the next coming weeks, mid-October. However, it is very important to understand that, yes, I mean, I do see this as 5 waves here to the downside. And also what we could be seeing here, that the first A wave has been created. This has been the B wave. And now we can see that C wave here to the upside. It is definitely a possibility. Fibonacci extension here, if this were to be the low at $26,000, you know, could we see that leg up here at the 1.618 extension? Absolutely, yes. It is a possibility here in October, being October a bullish month. It is a little bit of speculation. I understand that that is very much possible. I am still bearish to the end of the year on Bitcoin. If this were to happen, I do believe so that we'll be getting a massive drop here in November, December approximately. That is a little bit of speculation. I understand that we have dropped already, guys, since July, the last 2 months, over 20%. We know that the market moves in waves. I just see it as a possibility. I think if we break out from here, I think a new yearly high is going to be very unlikely. So I will be looking for shorts. However, if this were to happen, I want to be in that long position. What if this is an ABC corrective move and we are going to get that big massive pump entering into October? Well, let's analyze the situation here on the lower time frames and understand maybe this was the low, guys. Maybe this was the low here, the point of control from this range that we've been trading here for the last month. Maybe this has been the wave up to right there, A, B, and then a massive C here happening in the next coming weeks. Let's leave it as it's definitely a possibility. Internally, where are the trading scenarios? Where do we have the best opportunities on the higher time frame? I cannot do lower time frame, guys, because this is mentioned in the Legends community. I cannot update you. I cannot guide you. I cannot show you the risk management, how you can be defensive here on YouTube. If you wish to know more about day trading setups and scalping scenarios, you want to join the Legends trading community, guys. I cannot stress that enough. I do spend a few hours a day analyzing and talking about the best setups here in the community. I cannot do this on YouTube. This on YouTube needs to be more higher time frame. Going back here to the analysis, like I explained also yesterday, the best scenario here, if we were to create a higher low, this is possibly it. No doubt, I think that, it might be a possibility that at this point of control, we're just hitting 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high. 50% point of control. This might have been it. This might be a higher low, and entering into October is going to be bullish. It's a possibility. Let's leave it that way. This right over here is the $27,400. If we break above this level, I can already tell you guys that this is going to be looking quite bullish, and I would expect follow through here for a massive rally going to $30,000, liquidating all of those that have positions shorts at 27, 28K and getting into that massive short squeeze, get people bullish, and then come back down here to the end of the year. I mean, that is my speculation on a possibility. I'm still leaning bearish. This is still speculation. I do think here that we could have one more leg down, all right, if the bullish case scenario does not play out. And obviously, if you're looking for that bullish case scenario, the best level to trade long positions is at big support levels. You have the point of control. So once we're coming down here, I will be very carefully looking at the price action where we have the weekly level, the value area low. We have 618 Fibonacci from pivot low to the pivot high. That zone here at 25.8K zone, right, where whether we do drop another $100 or two and consolidate at this level with the higher lows on the futures exchange, I'm going to be very carefully eyeing this scenario for this being a possible higher low entering into October for it to be bullish. Very carefully paying attention to that scenario. If we were to get the drop, let me let you understand here that maybe this has been the low here. This has been a point of control right there being respected. 50% Fibonacci from this pump and dump right there. And maybe we are going to see, already in the coming days, a rally. It's definitely a possibility. Of course, in the Legends trading community, we're not randomly long in here at this range or shorting. Yesterday, we got into this beautiful short position. Long setup was not mentioned here, but it was really nice and very technical. Some of the people did manage to long here at this 26,100 range as we were getting that movement down. So not much more to be said. Of course, there is intraday levels here that need to be respected. The best levels that I can say here that we could find a trade, guys, here in a nutshell is if we come back here to previous day highs at $26,840 and fail to break out. This could still be another failed auction, swing failure pattern above these highs, just like we had yesterday. Beautiful short position. Most of profits were taken here as we were dropping. If that were to be the case, that could be another short trigger. Failed breakout from value area high here from this range. It's definitely a possibility. We need to see the rejection. This is not limit order shorts. It's not shorting as we pump. I am aware of a breakout here, guys. So I'm only shorting if we see that exhaustion and that rejection. I don't mind shorting. Guess what? I did not short here at $26,800. I was shorting as we were rejecting, so it doesn't really matter. As soon as we see the rejection, it gives you more confidence to get into the trade. So I prefer not to short as we pump. I prefer to short as we reject, guys, okay? So not much more to be said. On the other side, what is a good long position, guys? Well, obviously, this low over here, I think can be claimed. If it were to be claimed, obviously the easiest trade setup here would be actually not failing to break out from the lows here of the 25th of August. So just pay attention. One of these levels are going to be hit, in between today and tomorrow, very likely. And you just need to be ready to take that decision with good risk. If this low is to be claimed, then I would be looking here for a possible failed breakout. Double bottom, it is still strong support. It is the point of control from the range of the last few months. So let's just leave it as it is a possibility. Remember, I'm not longing as we're falling through the level. If we do see that failed breakout, where I'm longing is here with the possible bounce, okay, that could happen. If we do not manage to get a recovery here, next level of interest is that weekly 25,800 value area low. Let's see if we do get that choppy action, because on that choppy action is where I'll be taking my decision for a possible massive bounce to create a higher low and continue here this A, B, C possible wave entering into October, finally being bullish. Let's see what happens, guys. If we just break through the levels, then obviously I do hold some of short positions. I would be happy to see lower, potentially all the way down to the $24,800. Likely could be claimed. If that were to be the case, I think a breakdown is very possible. Could we swing failure pattern from this low? We're just going to have to wait and see, guys. If you want more updates to see what is going on, where are the next setups, join the legends, guys. You got the link down below. It is on Discord. People are absolutely loving it. People are absolutely crushing it with yesterday's short position, for example. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.